Then there's the whole issue of weather. This has already been mentioned by Stan and also by Tesla. The idea that you can use scalar waves to control weather. You'll notice that particular Doppler weather slide there. You see that kind of odd thing down at the bottom off the coast of South Carolina. Well, those odd finger-like things, according to people I've talked to that are in the retired U.S. Air Force radar people, that is a sign of scalar activity. They created the deep freeze of 1967, which was really pretty awful, and they began full-bore weather warfare on our country on July 4th, 1976, our bicentennial, and it has not abated since then. Now here you'll see, these are just examples. This is a map of the United States, Doppler radar map. You'll notice that thing that's over Wyoming. That's very obviously not a natural cloud phenomenon. It's a perfect sphere. That is probably a Tesla globe. I have a friend who's an Air Force radar tech, and he tells me that when you see something like that and it's mostly hollow, it's almost certainly a scalar dome, a Tesla dome. Now look at this, by way of contrast. Here is a similar thing over Puget Sound, but notice how that's almost entirely solid. What that is a sign of radar jamming. If you see a totally solid thing like that, that's radar being jammed. And it was probably being done by our own military, because there's a lot of military bases up in Puget Sound area. This is an example of a very unusual cloud formation hovering over eastern California. Notice how it looks perfectly straight. In fact, it has a perfect hexagonal angle there pointing out up around northern California. Look at that. That's not natural. And what you need to understand is that with these scalar devices, they can steer clouds around the way you can steer your family car, moving entire cloud masses. Now, this is exceptionally interesting because this particular slide, there should be a thing coming up of a burst over Alberta, and of a similar kind of Tesla globe. And what you're seeing there is actually the detonation of a Tesla globe that's bigger than the province of Alberta. And what I want you to understand